Well, I can say to you that Indian democracy for the last 10 years was broken.
But it's on an upward trajectory.
It's fighting back, but it was broken. We fought an election with our bank accounts. Right now, I don't know. I mean, I don't know any democracy where that happened. Well, if you call having Chinese troops in 4,000 square kilometers of our territory handling something well, then maybe. We've got Chinese troops occupying land the size of Delhi in Ladakh.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What you just heard were the barrage of attacks by Rahul Gandhi from American shores on the third straight day. It's not only the words against India, but the optics behind his visit, which has rankled his critics back home. Sample this. On one hand, the leader of India's opposition can be seen posing with an American congresswoman, Ilhad Omar, who is a known Bharat baiter. On the other hand, you have endorsement of Rahul Gandhi's words from none other than Gurpatwant Singh Pannoon, who is designated as a Khalistani terrorist by the Indian government itself. First, let me tell you about Ilhad Omar and her background. Well, she boycotted Prime Minister Narendra Modi in 2023 when he gave an address to the American Congress. However, in 2022, she traveled illegally on the sponsorship of the Pakistan government to POK, a part of Indian territory. You can also see her photo op with Imran Khan and Shahbaz Sharif in Pakistan while she boycotted Modi. She welcomed Rahul Gandhi in Washington. She even blamed India for the killing of Khalistani terrorist Hardeep Nijjar, and she called for Kashmir's Azadi and criticized India for abrogating Article 370. Twice, she tried to push for anti-India resolutions in the US Congress. So venomous are her words against India that I won't even give her the platform on my show. But not only did Rahul Gandhi befriend Ilhad Omar, click pictures with her, but he was also backed by a designated Khalistani terrorist. Remember, Rahul Gandhi yesterday said, fear-mongered about Sikhs who in India are afraid to wear a turban and kada or even go to a gurdwara. Watch Rahul Gandhi's comment and why Pannoon called him bold and pioneering.
Fight is not about politics. That is superficial. The fight is about whether he, as a Sikh, is going to be allowed to wear his turban in India. Or he, as a Sikh, is going to be allowed to wear a kada in India. Or he, as a Sikh, is going to be able to go to Gurdwara. That's what the fight is about. And not just for him. For all religions.
Rahul's statement on existential threat to Sikhs in India is not only bold and pioneering, but is also firmly grounded in the factual history of what Sikhs have been facing.
While patriotic Sikh groups today marched towards Rahul Gandhi's residence to protest against him, he was backed by this Khalistani terrorist. And here's why it is ironical. Remember, Rahul Gandhi's own grandmother, Indira Gandhi, fell to the bullets of Khalistani extremism. Just last year in Canada, K sympathizers made a tableau glorifying the murder of Indira Gandhi, and yet today they endorse Rahul Gandhi, and Rahul Gandhi makes statements that actually help the cause of these Khalistanis. But when the president of Congress was asked about Rahul Gandhi befriending the India baiters, watch how Mallikarjun Kharge threatened the BJP for tit for tat in jail. Listen in.
इस बार 400 पार कहाँ गए भाई तेरे 400 पार 240 पे आया अगर हम सिर्फ 20 सीट लेते तो ये सब लोग जेल में रहते थे देखो धमकी मैं नहीं दे रहा हूँ ये तो फैक्ट है लोग हर लोगों को डराते हो लेकिन जब आपकी स्थिति ऐसी हो गई तो कल के दिन ये आपको भुगतना पड़ता है।
But could Rahul Gandhi have avoided sharing a public stage with those who spew venom against India? In December 2019, External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar travelled to the United States, where he was supposed to hold a 2+2 meeting with the US Foreign Affairs Committee, but it was abruptly called off. Sources say that it was due to the presence of Jayapal, a US congressman. Jayapal had introduced and pushed for an anti-India resolution in the United States Congress after the abrogation of Article 370. After the External Affairs Minister found out, he swiftly called off the meeting. Could Rahul Gandhi have taken a leaf from Jaishankar's book? That really is the question that Rahul Gandhi should ask himself. And so, let's go to the legitimate question that we're asking on the News Hour tonight. And the question is very simple. Congress ka haath Bharat beaters ke saath? That's the question, and that's the debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
Joining the debate tonight, Radhika Khera, national spokesperson of the BJP, Harshvardhan Tripathi, senior journalist, joining us in just a bit, Suhail Seth, columnist. Also joining the debate is Anurag Bhadoria, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, Abdul Razak Khan, political analyst. But my first question goes to Sanjay Jha, author and suspended Congress leader. And I want to ask you a very simple question, Sanjay Jha. Rahul Gandhi is appreciated by Gurpatwant Singh Pannu of the Sikhs for Justice organization, a man declared as a Khalistani terrorist by the Indian government. And he goes and meets Ilhan Omar, a congresswoman who on the call and sponsorship of Pakistan went to POK and said POK is a part of Pakistan and how this issue should be discussed more in the United States Congress. And she's tried to push several anti-India resolutions. I want to ask you, is Rahul Gandhi short of friends and people to meet in United States when he actually chooses to meet such separatist and anti-India baiters?
Navika, you have raised some very serious questions. If I'm uninterrupted, I won't take too long, but I will address them all. Number one, I think the BJP is proving to be the most immature, infantile, and I would say an immoral political party. Divide and rule, that is the BJP's staple diet. In fact, the Time magazine in a famous cover piece called Mr. Modi a divider in chief. And unfortunately, the author had to pay some very serious consequences for it. But let's take up the case of Ilhan Omar, on which the BJP has got a very serious tummy upset. Let me ask the BJP today, through you, not just to the spokesperson, to Mr. Modi, to Mr. Jaishankar. You know, you mentioned Jaishankar's example where he refused to attend a House Foreign Committee meeting in Washington. Do you know what Kamala Harris said in response? And I will quote you on that. Please pay attention. It is wrong for any government to tell Congress what members are allowed in meetings or not. I stand with Pramila Jayapal. That is the statement, by the way, of Kamala Harris. A lot of people believe she is likely to be the president of the United States of America. Now, I'm going to ask the BJP, I'm not just addressing the spokesperson here, to the entire BJP who I'm sure are watching this program. Dear BJP, dear Mr. Modi's government, if you are so upset with Ilhan Omar, whatever she said, then I'm assuming that Mr. Modi's government will break diplomatic ties with the United States of America should Kamala Harris become the president. This is what Kamala Harris has said on Kashmir. We are watching. The people there are not alone. There are serious human rights violations happening in Kashmir. She was critical of Article 370, exactly what Ilhan Omar was. Anti-CAA, exactly what Ilhan Omar said is what Kamala Harris said. So my question is, if Ilhan Omar and Kamala Harris are saying the same thing, Is Mr. Modi's government going to break ties with the United States of America should Kamala Harris become the president? And by the way, we understand there's a right-wing Republican. These people here are right-wing fanatics anyway. And they went to the extent of saying, "Ab ki baar Trump sarkar." So, we understand the kind of fanatical obsession that Mr. Modi's government has with Donald Trump and the conspiracy theorists out there in Washington and different parts of the globe. But to attack Rahul Gandhi because he met Ms. Omar or other people, whatever their political ideology and beliefs are you trying to tell me that India will today start saying that an elected lawmaker, who's, by the way, chosen by the same America where Mr. Modi goes asking for FDI, where Mr. Modi goes to say, I'm very happy to be part of
Sanjay
war.
Jha, I think you're deliberately trying to make it as if it is some great, president of the United States and the views that Rahul Gandhi could not avoid. If that is your defense of Rahul Gandhi, I really shudder to think, what would you say about those who have been declared Khalistani terrorists and they find Rahul Gandhi and his statements, just so groovy that they're clapping? And if that's the audience Rahul Gandhi wants to get, kudos from, I really worry not just about Rahul Gandhi, but about the Congress party and where it wants to take this country. But let me get in Radhika Khera. Radhika Khera, Ilham Omar has some views that are similar to Kamala Harris, and that's the defense Sanjay Jha wants to give us. Please respond.
Well, I don't think we should pay any heed to what Mr. Sanjay Jha is saying. His own ex-party has never paid any heed to what he says, which is why, because of his views, he was thrown out of the party. In any case, coming back to the topic, now we have seen that ek hota hai na Navika ji aadatan mujrim. So Rahul Gandhi is an aadatan mujrim jo bar every time he goes outside India, he ensures that he stands with those who are anti-India. He is the owner of the oldest party of the country. He is the leader of opposition. And God forbid, if ever Congress would come to power, we have a trailer of what would happen. This is exactly why nobody in the country is ready to give them even after 2 terms. After 2 terms, one would think that maybe their seats would increase. Still, they haven't been able to cross 100. And standing, sharing frame, meeting a person who is absolutely clear on her stand and her views against India. They're absolutely anti-India. She's funded by Pakistan. She goes to visit POK. She supports POK. She supports Pakistan. And then you're standing with those who are actual enemies of the country. This is your Desh Bhakti? Is this the leader of the opposition? Rahul Gandhi is no more just a mere parliamentarian or just a Congress president. He is the leader of opposition of the world's largest democracy, of India, which has a name across the world. A name which the Congress party tried its best to destroy during its tenure always. Today we are respected. Our country is the only country whose prime minister can go to both Ukraine and Russia. And here we have a leader of opposition who has the audacity to share frame with that woman. It is unforgiving. And trust me, no one in the country is going to forgive the Congress party for this. Because this is something that you are standing with the enemy. What can get worse than this? And I have the letter written by Gurpreet Singh Pannu, where he's lauding Rahul Gandhi when he talks about that the Sikhs are in danger here. Shameful. Every time this man steps out of India, he goes and talks nonsense about the country. He goes and insults the own country that has given him that name. He is Rahul Gandhi because he lives in India. Nobody cares who Rahul Gandhi is outside otherwise. He is Rahul Gandhi because he belongs to the family of Jawaharlal Nehru and Rajiv Gandhi and Indira Gandhi. Who is he otherwise? He gets that respect because he's the leader of opposition. Otherwise, these people would not meet him. It's shameful that a leader of opposition of India is stooping to this level. And we see this. This is a plan that happens every time there are elections. I have a whole...
Let me speak. You have done your part. Here is the truth. This is the same BJP, Navika, that in the most vulgar, disgusting and reprehensible manner insulted the farmers of this country protesting, where several died, 500, 700, that can be speculated and arrived at. And the government and this party called our farmers terrorists, separatists, and Khalistanis. And they have the audacity to come on your show and try and be deceptive and disingenuous. You really think you can fool the people of this
Well,
country?
Sanjay Jha, what the BJP did with the farmers they've paid for in this election, and what is the fight within India will stay within India. You may have differences with anybody, we sort them out in this country, but do we go and stand with anti-India forces? Why is this absolute basics something that you're not able to appreciate? And I want to get in Suhail Seth. Suhail Seth, is Sanjay Jha outraging about the farmers because he thinks Rahul Gandhi is right? And is he celebrating the fact that Gurpatwant Singh, the man whose organization took out a tableau where, Indira Gandhi's assassination was eulogized, and the same people are now clapping for Rahul Gandhi? I mean, I don't know if Rahul Gandhi's blood doesn't boil, mine does. And I think all right-thinking citizens will feel the same. But Gurpatwant Singh Pannu finds Rahul Gandhi as a hero. Ilham Omar is talking to Rahul Gandhi, and Rahul Gandhi is enjoying that visit. Do you think he's lost track of the fact that he now holds a constitutional position and he represents India when he is abroad?
You know, when a human being is bitter and when a human being is intellectually vacuous, then you make statements because of the audacious quotient. You don't make it because of the intellectual quotient. Let me give you a lesson in history. He's right about China. China is Chinese incursion, blah, blah, blah. Who was presiding over this country when China invaded India? What happened then? Do we need to raise this? Yes, perhaps in our own country, excuse me, but certainly not abroad. Number two, this man has continuously decried democracy in India before and after the 2024 elections. Fair enough, that's your opinion. If you hate the idea of India so much, if you believe there is no democracy in India, why does your party even contest elections? Then say that these elections are going to be rigged, which, by the way, he said that we were handicapped when we fought the elections. Look, you can't have partial pregnancy. You can't say that when democracy serves me on a platter some additional seats in the Lok Sabha, it's a great democracy. By all means, have hatred for Modi. And you know, when that man says that he doesn't hate Modi, he's lying. You know, it's almost like in Shakespeare. When you told Caesar he couldn't be flattered, he was most flattered. Number three, the optics is what is important in politics. I don't know, and I'm certain that Rahul Gandhi is not intellectually aligned with Ilhan Omar. But sometimes the optics are important because now you represent India both as an individual and constitutionally as the leader of opposition. There is a certain amount of gravitas, there's a certain amount of sobriety, and there's a certain amount of restraint that you must show. Number four, it is no one's contention that Khalistan is a troubling issue. Let's go back to the history of Khalistan. How was Khalistan created? How was Bhindranwale created? Bhindranwale was created by the Congress party, which has been written about in multiple books. Please read Mrs. Gandhi's Last Battle by Mark Tully and Satir Jacob. It will give you a great insight. Go to the interviews of Tavleen Singh with Bhindranwale. It'll give you great insight. You people are talking about creating monsters who then go to bite you. We lose a prime minister who's assassinated, and then you have the virtuous woman who claims to be aligned with you. It's utter rubbish. Let me tell you what's going to happen. I don't know if the Congress will lose elections because of this or win elections because of this, but certainly the respect level that a leader of opposition must garner, must demand, must have is certainly ebbing. Because people are beginning to feel, Navika, whether rightly or wrongly, that Rahul Gandhi hates the country as it is today. If this is your level of disgust, if this is your level of disdain, why the hell do you even occupy the position of leader of opposition? Then say no. Then do what your mother did. The mother did the best form of governance. Manmohan Singh was in office but never in power. Sonia Gandhi was in power but never in office. Then do that. Be the owner, be the feudal lord. You can't have it every which way. And let me tell you, you people also, with due respect, Navika, you all give him too much of credence. You see, the point is.
Well, it's
any
not about giving
person-
too much of credit to him.
No,
The
it is.
fact of the matter is, if there is a
Of his intellect-
person who occupies
is-
a constitutional position of a leader of opposition and meets people like Ilhan Omar who are anti-India, meets journalists and clicks selfies with them who are anti-India, and doesn't meet journalists in his own country who are maybe have a viewpoint different than him. Questions will be asked, and the biggest issue is if a declared Khalistani terrorist actually applauds Rahul Gandhi, it's time for this country to sit back and take notice. And I don't think we are doing, any wrong job by bringing this to the attention of Indians tonight.
One minute. You have Anurag Bhadoria there, who represents an outstanding party called the Samajwadi Party. I've always said this on your programs. I would never imagine a Mulayam Singh ji at that time or an Akhilesh doing what Rahul Gandhi has done. The problem is Rahul Gandhi is not appealing to Radhika Khera or to Bhadoria, perhaps not even to Sanjay Jha, because if he was appealing to Sanjay Jha, he would have taken him back. Or to Mr. Tripathi or to anyone.
Don't worry about me,
He's
Suhail.
appealing
Don't worry about
to a
me, Suhail.
liberal, so-called
Don't worry about
quasi-fraudulent
me. Don't
liberal
worry about me.
mindset. Did I interrupt
I'm not
you? Keep quiet.
opportunist.
Did I interrupt you? Keep quiet.
No, don't quote me. Don't quote me. I'm not an opportunist.
You quote me back.
I
He's
know what you
appealing
said
to
about
a
the
set of
Congress when the
people.
Congress government was in
He's
power.
appealing to
I know what you said about
if
the
you were that
Congress when the
important in the
UPA was
Congress,
in
why
power.
don't they take you back?
I'm aware
You're the
what
only
you said
person who
about the
defends them
Congress
every
when they were
evening.
in power.
Navika Kumar
And I
gives
know
you
how you
first
changed your
preference.
tune
1 minute. If you
when
are
the
that
BJP
important,
came in
Sanjay
power.
Jha, if you are that important,
So
why doesn't
everybody
the
knows
party
which
take
way
you
you
back?
swing.
No,
Everybody
why
knows
doesn't the
which
party
way
take
you
you back?
swing.
Why doesn't the
Rahul
party
Gandhi
take
is
you
back.
The
Tomorrow
party
you will
doesn't
change your tune
recognize
again.
Your intellectual
Everybody
heft
knows you,
or your
yaar.
loyalty. The party should take
Don't
you
worry,
back.
everybody
I've always
knows where
said-
you come from.
Sanjay,
Everybody
I've
knows
always
where you
told
come from. Don't
I've
worry about
always
me.
told you that you are the kind
Don't
of
worry
person
about me.
who wants to be in the house when they don't want you.
Well. Let me bring
Take
this
you
back to the debate of today, and this is not about taking personal pot shots, but let me ask Anurag Bhadoria. अनुराग भदौरिया, इल्हम ओमर पीओके गई थी पाकिस्तानी स्पॉन्सर्ड ट्रिप पे, सही था गलत था? अगर कोई जाकर कहता है पीओके पाकिस्तान का हिस्सा, ये सही है या गलत है? मैं आपसे पूछना चाहती हूं, छोटे छोटे पहले 2 सवाल ले लूं, फिर आपको समय दूंगी, इसका जवाब पहले दे दीजिए।
दे रहा हूं। सबसे पहले सोहेल सेठ जी, आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद कि आप समाजवादी पार्टी को अच्छी पार्टी मानते हैं। तो मैं तो आपसे कहूंगा कि आप समाजवादी इतनी अच्छी पार्टी, तो क्यों आप बीजेपी की बैटिंग कर रहे हैं? आप इधर ही आ जाइए। बीजेपी तो ऐसी पार्टी है जो झूठी है, वो किसी के साथ नहीं है। वो ना देश के साथ है, ना जनता के साथ है, ना संविधान के साथ है, ना लोकतंत्र के साथ है। वो सिर्फ हम
Just because you agree with an opinion doesn't mean you're batting for someone. That's an incorrect statement. You see, आप अभी जॉर्ज डब्ल्यू बुश की तरह बोल रहे हैं।
मैं तो आपको तारीफ कर रहा हूँ। अरे सर, मैं आपकी तारीफ कर रहा हूँ सर। अरे आप सीनियर है, मैं आपकी
Flattery will get you everywhere. Anurag Bhadoria, flattery will get you everywhere, and especially with Suhail Seth, it will get you everywhere. लेकिन मैंने आपसे सवाल पूछा, अगर अमेरिकन कांग्रेस वुमन कहती है कि पीओके पाकिस्तान का हिस्सा है, तो आप उसे सही मानते हैं या नहीं? हाँ या ना?
तो फिर अमेरिका से रिश्ता खत्म कर दीजिए। जो अमेरिकन एमपी इस तरह की बातें करते हैं, वो हिंदुस्तान के साथ नहीं है, तो उनके साथ फिर हम क्यों हैं? सीधा सवाल
तो ये राहुल गांधी से पूछने की हिम्मत होनी चाहिए आपको।
प्रधानमंत्री सुन, अरे मेरी बात तो सुन लीजिए ना, आप मुझे बोलने दीजिए।
नहीं, आप गुमराह कर रहे हैं, आप गुमराह कर रहे हैं।
जब
वो कांग्रेस वुमन है, वो सरकार में नहीं है, वो सरकार में नहीं है।
एक मिनट, लखनऊ में बिल क्लिंटन को मुलायम सिंह जी ने,
चलिए सरकार में नहीं है, सुनिए मेरी बात,
बिल क्लिंटन को न्योता दिया था।
बात पूरी बात सुन लीजिए।
सैंक्शंस अगेंस्ट इंडिया।
अब तो मेरी बात,
मुलायम सिंह जी ने एंड अखिलेश इनवाइटेड बिल क्लिंटन टू लखनऊ। बिल क्लिंटन वाज द पर्सन हु क्रिएटेड सैंक्शंस अगेंस्ट इंडिया।
सर मैं अपनी बात कर,
अमेरिका से थोड़ी नाता तोड़ लेना है।
अरे सर मेरी बात तो सुन लीजिए, जो मैं कहना चाहता हूं। हमने तो वो भी देखा है कि इंडिया के एक प्रधानमंत्री जी पाकिस्तान भी गए थे। क्यों गए थे भाई? वो भी तो सवाल का जवाब होना चाहिए ना, कि जिस देश से हमारे रिश्ते अच्छे नहीं है, उस देश में क्यों जाना? सीधा सा सवाल है। तो उस पे बात ना हो के उस पर तो कोई बात नहीं हुई, कभी कोई बात नहीं हुई। इसलिए मैं कहता हूं कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी, चूंकि अब भारतीय जनता पार्टी के पास इसको तो मुद्दों की कंगाली हो गई है, उनके पास कुछ नहीं, जनता ने नकार दिया है, उन्हें 240 में समेट के हरा दिया है। अब वो परेशान है, उन्हें पता है कि अब जनता तो मेरे साथ खड़ी नहीं है। तो रिजर्वेशन पे भी देखिए, रिजर्वेशन के, अगर रिजर्वेशन खत्म करना चाहता है तो कौन करना चाहता है? भारतीय जनता पार्टी। एसटी एससी ओबीसी का हक भारतीय जनता पार्टी मानना चाहती है, तभी तो लेटर भर्ती निकाली थी ना, तभी तो 69,000 भर्तियों के इन्होंने रोक लगाई थी ना। अब उनके पास महंगाई, बेरोजगारी, किसान भी उनसे दूर है। ये खालिस्तानी किसको बोलते थे? पाकिस्तानी किसानों को बोलते थे ना। तब क्या हो गया था, जब इन्हीं की एक सांसद कह रही थी कि जब वहां किसान धरना दे रहे थे, वहां पे लोगों की लाशें लटक रही थी, महिलाओं का रेप हो रहा था, इनके सांसद कह रहे हैं ना, क्यों नहीं आपने उनको पार्टी से बाहर निकाला? कि आप किसानों के जो हमारे किसान पंजाब के, उनको, और जो उत्तर प्रदेश किसानों, उनको आप कह रहे थे लाशें लटक रही थी, महिलाओं का रेप हो रहा था। ये किसानों के प्रति सम्मान होगा? किसान तो पंजाब का भी था, उत्तर प्रदेश का भी था, तो उसका अपमान कौन कर रहा था, जरा बताइए तो आप। लेकिन उसके बारे में बीजेपी शांत हो जाती है। सवाल है, बीजेपी अपने हिसाब से नैरेटिव चुनती है, नैरेटिव गढ़ने की कोशिश करती है, ध्यान भटकाने की कोशिश करती है। लेकिन नाविका जी, जनता का ध्यान हम भटकने नहीं देंगे। जनता का ध्यान मुद्दों पे है, और मुद्दों पे भारतीय जनता पार्टी को रहना पड़ेगा। पूरा समय हम लोग खा जाते हैं डिबेट कर करके, लेकिन जनता के मुद्दों पे बात नहीं होती है। आप बताइए नाविका जी, मैं आपसे पूछना चाहूं, हिंदुस्तान के बारे में चर्चा होती है कभी? क्या लास्ट 10 दिन से मैं देख रहा हूं, हिंदुस्तान की बात ही नहीं हो रही है। किसान परेशान, उसकी बात नहीं। युवा बेरोजगार, बताइए 50,000 की वैकेंसी निकलती है, यहां पे 20-20 लाख, 50-50 लाख लोग अप्लाई कर देते हैं एक नौकरी के लिए। अभी आपने हरियाणा में देखा,
अगर पीओके और इंडिया बेटर्स की बात होती है तो आपको लगता है वो भारत की बात ही नहीं है? भारत रहेगा तो हम सब रहेंगे, उसके बाद कोई और बात आएगी। आप तो भारत को जो डिस्ट्रॉय करना चाहते हैं उनके सपोर्ट में खड़े हो गए हैं हर्षवर्धन त्रिपाठी जी। और अब मैं हर्षवर्धन त्रिपाठी जी आपको बताना चाहती हूं कि जब 2022 की अप्रैल में जब यही इल्हन ओमर पीओके गई थी, तो एक सांसद हैं जो इंडिया अलायंस से हैं, जिन्होंने सोशल मीडिया पर लिखा था और इल्हन ओमर के खिलाफ लिखा था कि हमें आपकी जरूरत नहीं है, आप भारत के बारे में चिंता करना छोड़ दें। वो थी प्रियंका चतुर्वेदी। लेकिन आज अनुराग भदौरिया की इतनी हिम्मत नहीं हो रही कि वो बोल भी सके कि इल्हन ओमर, तुम हमारे मामलात में बिल्कुल जो बोलती हो वो हम उसके साथ नहीं है। और उल्टा राहुल गांधी को डिफेंड करने के लिए आज अनुराग भदौरिया खड़े हैं। मैं आपसे पूछना चाहती हूं हर्षवर्धन त्रिपाठी जी, क्या हो गया है इस देश की राजनीतिक पार्टियों को?
नविका जी, मैं हर बहस में, हर चर्चा में ये बात कह रहा हूं और फिर से दोहरा रहा हूं कि आज हमें भारतीय की तरह व्यवहार करना चाहिए था। ठीक है, हम किसी पार्टी के प्रवक्ता हो सकते हैं, कोई पत्रकार हो सकता है, कोई सुहेल सेठ की तरह बड़े, जो जिसको कहते हैं ना कि इस देश के एलिट सर्किल में जिनकी बात सुनी जाती है, जो कहते हैं तो उसको ब्रांड कंसल्टेंट के तौर पर लोग सुनते हैं, वो हो सकते हैं, संजय झा जैसे लोग हो सकते हैं। लेकिन आप, दुर्भाग्य देश का नहीं है कि हम लोग आज भी खांचों में बंटकर, और देश विरोधी जो बात करने वाले लोग हैं, आतंकवादियों की जो बात है, वो राहुल गांधी से मिल जा रही, फिर भी उसका बचाव कर रहे हैं। ये बचाव करके हम क्या हासिल करने वाले? और आज हो सकता है कि अनुराग भदौरिया जी की पार्टी राहुल गांधी जी की पार्टी के साथ अलायंस में हो, कल नहीं होगी, तो अफसोस होगा इन्हें। जिस इल्हान उमर का आज बचाव कर रहे हैं, तब अफसोस होगा। और मैं तो बड़ा आश्चर्यचकित हो गया, पता नहीं अनुराग जी कहां से तर्क लेके आए। मैंने और एक दो कांग्रेसी प्रवक्ताओं को भी सुना, वो कह रहे हैं कि
जवाब नहीं मिला,
अमेरिका से भी संबंध खत्म करो,
बनाना चाहते हैं। ये
अमेरिका से भी संबंध खत्म,
क्या देश के खिलाफ कोई बात हुई है?
नविका जी, ऐसे बात नहीं हो पाएगी। देखिए, कभी भी ढंग की बात नहीं करने,
कभी नहीं बोला हिंदुस्तान ने, क्यों?
अनुराग भदौरिया जी, प्लीज अलाउ हर्षवर्धन त्रिपाठी जी टू कंप्लीट हिज पॉइंट। उसके बाद मैं काउंटर का समय दूंगा।
नहीं, 2014 से सरकार है, आप बताइए,
इनके पास आज कुछ नहीं है।
नहीं, इस देश के अंदर निंदा
मुझे
प्रस्ताव पास
उम्मीद थी कि आज तो कम से कम ऐसा काम नहीं करेंगे। और मैं फिर कह रहा हूं, अनुराग भदौरिया जी, दुनिया में डिप्लोमेटिक रिलेशंस तो उन देशों से भी रखे जाते हैं जो एकदम दुश्मन हो जाए। इजराइल और गाजा दोनों हमारे दोस्त हैं, दोनों में ढेर सारे लोग हैं जो भारत के पक्ष में विपक्ष में बयान लगते हैं। इल्हान ओमर वहां की कांग्रेस वुमेन जरूर है, वहां की सरकार में होती तो भी ये डिप्लोमेटिक रिलेशंस होते हैं। कम से कम इतनी सामान्य समझ रख के आप समाजवादी पार्टी के राष्ट्रीय प्रवक्ता हैं, और कमाल की बात यह कि इसी तरह का कुतर्क संजय झा दे रहे हैं कम से कम आज के दिन। और आमतौर पे संजय झा, ठीक है, पार्टी का मसला आएगा तब तो उनको बोलना चाहिए, भले वो कांग्रेस से निकालेंगे। आज देश का मसला था, लेकिन आज भी देखिए क्या कुतर्क को लेकर आए थे। संजय झा ने जब शुरू में भाषण शुरू किया तो लगा कि शायद वो कुछ ठीक बात बोलेंगे। अरे भाई, राहुल गांधी की भाषा और प्रमुख की भाषा, इल्हान ओमर की भाषा एक जैसी है।
आप तो भाजपा के प्रवक्ता हैं।
पियर साइकोसिस भरकर वो राजनीति करना चाह रहे हैं, केरोसिन छिड़क रहे हैं देश में। ये खतरनाक काम कर रहे हैं, उनको रोके जाने की जरूरत है।
ये कितना खतरनाक आदमी है,
उनको रोकने की जरूरत है।
ये
चुनाव
तो
5 साल बाद आने वाले हैं।
बात कर रही है।
चुनाव 5 साल बाद आने वाले हैं राहुल गांधी जी। ये देश को आप जलाने, बर्बाद करने का काम मत कीजिए। इस देश में कोई सिख कभी नहीं डरा 1984 को छोड़कर। 1984 में पगड़ी वाला सिख अपनी पगड़ी, अपने केश छिपाता था क्योंकि गर्दन कटने का खतरा था। इसके अलावा कभी नहीं हुआ। ये मत ले जाइए उस तरफ। देश को आप ऐसे घृणा, जहर, एक दूसरे के खिलाफ वैमनस्य वाले माहौल में ले जा रहे हैं। यह शर्मनाक है। और उससे ज्यादा पीड़ा देने वाली बात है कि नेशनल टेलीविजन पर हम देश के लोग अलग अलग सुर में बात कर रहे हैं। हमें एक साथ बात करनी चाहिए कि राहुल गांधी ने जो कहा है वो गलत है और इसकी निंदा होनी चाहिए। उनसे कहा जाना चाहिए कि वो बयान वो वापस ले।
ऑल राइट, अनुराग भदौरिया फर्स्ट एंड देन संजय, आई एम कमिंग टू यू। अनुराग,
त्रिपाठी जी, जब आईने में खड़े होगे ना तो आपको शर्म आएगी कि मंगेश यादव जैसे 20 साल के लड़के को, गरीब लड़के को आपने यहां सटा के गोली मार दी। इतना बड़ा डकैत था वो, पाकिस्तानी था, अमेरिकन था। मैं आपसे पूछा, नहीं आप बताइए, मंगेश यादव कहां का था? अमेरिका का था। क्या आपने अपने ही खून को गोली से उड़ा दिया? एक मुख्य आरोपी जिस पे आरोप है उसको आप सरेंडर करवाते हो और इसलिए उसको पकड़ के आप गोली छोड़।
आज मुद्दा है, आज मुद्दा, और इस मुद्दे पर अनुराग भदौरिया जी मैं आपके साथ डिबेट कर चुकी हूं, लेकिन आपके पास राहुल गांधी के बचाव में मुद्दा भटकाने के अलावा कोई चारा नहीं है। लेकिन संजय झा, my question today is very, very pointed and I want an answer to this. If Gurpatwant Singh Pannu is applauding Rahul Gandhi, shouldn't it be considered shameful? The organization, the thought that actually assassinated the prime minister of this country, the lady who was Rahul Gandhi's own grandmother, Rahul Gandhi is today making statements that are being lauded by them. Has it come to this now?
I will answer you, Navika, but first I need to expose Mr. Tripathi, the journalist, who should now come on the shows as a BJP spokesperson. I mean, he talks of everything, but will never tell the people and the viewers that the BJP's politics has divided India. And Mr. Modi's government has subdivided India. They have fractured our society. They have actually spread venom and poison amongst our people. They have actually divided us on religious grounds and even on caste. You should have some shame before you come on the program and blame the Congress.
What is the PDA or what is the India Alliance's position on caste? Are you not dividing the country further?
No, we are not.
Are you not dividing the country further? And you want to take a very high moral ground on the issue of caste divisions? Well, Sanjay Jha, pick up another issue, because this is so ironical, this is so hypocritical that, you know, it makes me wonder that how can you even utter the two things together? If you are saying that BJP has divided this country on caste, what is the India Alliance doing? I really want to ask Harshvardhan Tripathi, ये क्या कर रहे हैं?
नवका जी, मैं कई बार कहता हूं कि जब नेताओं को कुछ नहीं सूझता तो सामने वाले को कहते हैं कि तुम संघी हो, तुम भाजपाई हो। अगर वो ये बोलें तो समझ लीजिए कि उनके पास सारे तर्क खत्म हो गए। संजय झा से इस मेंटल बैंकरप्सी की मुझे उम्मीद नहीं थी। ये मेंटल बैंकरप्सी हो जाएगी संजय झा की, ये मुझे कतई कल्पना नहीं।
But let me get in Abdul Razak Khan. Abdul Razak Khan, let me ask you the question I asked Sanjay Jha, but he wanted to divert the issue just like Anurag Bhadoria wanted to divert the issue. If Gurpatwant Singh of the Sikhs for Justice supporters of the Khalistani movement find Rahul Gandhi and his statements, if separatists like him, actually are lauding Rahul Gandhi, if Rahul Gandhi is meeting Ilham Omar, does it not ring warning bells? And isn't this completely shameful?
Navika ji, first of all, we have to understand मोदी जी और मोदी जी के पॉलिसीज का विरोध करना देश विरोध नहीं होता. We have to understand that Ilham Omar is one of the members of the Foreign Affairs Committee of the United States. So her visit to POK may be a diplomatic visit. She is speaking to Imran Khan.
Diplomatic visit? Is POK only part of Pakistan that she chooses to meet Pakistan Prime Minister and Shahbaz Sharif and then goes to POK without so much as informing India, and this is a Pakistani sponsored visit? What are you saying? This is part of foreign affairs? Affairs on which the US government hasn't said anything, where US government has distanced itself from her stand. Are you saying that is part of criticism of Narendra Modi?
Madam, how can we forget, people going to Pakistan uninvited, going to Nawaz Sharif's place, Advani ji praising Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Let us not forget all this, no? What I'm trying to convey is, let us understand who is the woman in question. The woman in question is a member of, United States who represents Organization of Islamic Council. She speaks pro-Palestine. She speaks about Sri Lanka. The resolution that she presented was not anti-India. It was against the atrocities, against the minorities of this country. So how does it become anti-India? Just because it does
I really give up on this. Radhika Khera. Abdul Razak Khan is now defending and saying this is, she has never said anything against India. I want you to respond to it.
It's sad that we are right now, jaise Harshvardhan ji said, that we should all be talking in one swar. एक ही स्वर होना चाहिए, which is India. And everyone should only be talking about pro-India. And we should call out people. And Rahul Gandhi should be tried for sedition for standing. And I repeat this with utmost responsibility. As a leader of opposition, he had no business to be meeting that woman or be standing next to her. Everybody knows that she went to POK, which was sponsored by Pakistan. Everybody knows her anti-India stand. And you read out Priyanka Chaturveji's tweet. And I'm sure now she's not going to say anything. She must have not tweeted at all after seeing Rahul Gandhi's photograph. See, this is the double speak of the India alliance, which is why we call them India and not India, because they do not represent India. They are the ones who actually stand with those who oppose India, who are the enemies of India.
Well, on an issue which is as sensitive as the one that has come under the spotlight, this meeting of Rahul Gandhi clearly should have had every single Indian standing together with India and speaking in one voice. That Rahul Gandhi, meet anybody. We'll fix a few appointments for you. But the fact of the matter is, you cannot give platform as a leader of opposition, which is a constitutional position in the country. It represents the Indian Parliament, meeting India baiters and being lauded by Khalistani terrorists can never be seen as something that is kosher for India. Well, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, are you listening? We'll leave it at that. Thank you very much to all my guests for joining me on debate number 1. On the other side, the big debate from Himachal Pradesh.